help me to help you survive the Set 5 meta post the release of Legends of the Force by checking out one of the new leaders, a leader I definitely really wanted to check out once Legends of the Force released, Kanan Jarrus Double Blue. That is right, we are looking at the new Kanan Jarrus leader. Before in the game, we only had the Kanan Jarrus unit that is on attack for every friendly Spectre on the battlefield. Mill your opponent 1 card, and based on the number of aspects milled that way, heal that much from the base. But now we have blind Kanan Jarrus in the game. Oh yes, as a new Spectre leader. So we have our second Spectre leader, that of course being Hera, that did get some buffs in this set with the new Luke Skywalker and the new Ezra Bridger, alongside now having Kanan Jarrus, her husband, blinded by Maul. Of course, this is before I think he meets Bindu and then removes his mask and then ultimately dies in the show. Spoiler warning, but I mean, Rebels has been out for a very long time now, folks. So we're going to check out the new leader, the deck, take it to care of and see how we do in a best of 1. So Kanan Jarrus on his front side states, action, tap, pay 1, tap him, give a shield token to a creature or Spectre unit. We're going to be playing a lot of creatures in this deck. That's kind of the name of the game in this strategy. And we're doing double blue, so we are in a very controlled strategy. But his backside states when he awakens at 6 or more, 3 or 5, if you have a creature in play, he gets +2 power. So he gets a little stronger on his backside. I'm not so sold on his backside of his card more than I like the front side of it. But, I mean, getting a +2 on an attack, +2 while you have a creature up, isn't bad. For the rest of the deck, we're going to do 3 Killy. Again, restore 1 unattacked discarded card for your deck. If it shares aspect with your base, return to your hand. We're going to be sharing a lot of aspects with our base. The majority of our deck is blue and heroic. We're going to be getting all of those cards to our hand every turn. We have triple Lothwolf. It has Sentinel, and this unit can't attack, but it is a creature, which means we can activate Kanan Jarrus to give it that shield token. We have triple Yaddle to restore 1 on attack. Each other friendly Jedi unit gains restore 1 for the phase. Kanan Jarrus is a Jedi. Ezra Bridger is also a Jedi, and we have the new Ezra Bridger card that's on attack, giving experience token to another creature or Spectre unit. Again, really good for Hera right now, as well as really good for Kanan, because again, all Kanan's about is creatures, and then of course he is Spectre as well. And you cannot give the experience token to Ezra, just so you know, it's other creature or Spectre units. Triple Village Protectors for the Sentinel, and they come in shielded. Triple Doom. Just for a fun fact, I had to order these things off TCG Player. The cheapest I got them was I got triple foils coming in the mail. I did not pull a single Doom out of 2 Carbonites and 2 boosters. Not a single Doom. Oh, this card, this makes playing double blue now even better, in my opinion. So, he's just double blue, that's it. So I can always see playing him in Ident double blue. He's a 2/7. When the regrouping phase starts, remember that's the start of the regrouping phase is, remember, after both players have technically passed, that's when we will draw our 2 cards, and then we will put a card down, and then we'll start the regrouping phase. Give an experience token to each other friendly non-vehicle unit. That is just crazy if you ask me. That is, oh my gosh, when I read that card, I thought he'd definitely be a legendary. He does have a prestige as well. The prestige is pretty neat, but he's still a little expensive for his prestige. But nonetheless, just amazing effect. Amazing effect. It's going to push a lot of like double blue strategies, in my opinion, to come up. So anyways, we do have the unit Kanan Jarrus. We talked about discard 1 card from the Defender's deck for each other Spectre, for each friendly Spectre unit, including himself. Heal 1 damage from your base for each different aspect among the discarded cards. Right now, Spectre-wise, we're only going to have the Kanan Jarrus leader and Ezra Bridger and himself as real Spectres. We're riding 3 of the Bindu, that is a Sentinel, and then a double blue. On attack, the next non-heroic, non-villainy card you play this phase costs 2 less. We're doing double Cargo Juggernaut, shielded, and then when played, if you control another Vigilance unit, you heal 4 damage for your base. Clearly, we'll own plenty. And then, because we just want to, we're running the best Vigilance heroic card from set 1, Luke Skywalker himself. Restore 3, when played, give an enemy unit -3/-3 for this phase. If a friendly unit was defeated this phase, you give that unit -6/-6 for the phase. Real nice. For our space, we're running triple Concordon for the Sentinel, and then while it's defending, gets a +2. Double Ghost. This is a Sentinel. I forgot this is a Spectre as well. I forgot we were actually playing that, but Ground Spectre wise, we're only running Kanan and Ezra. But we do have the Ghost member. Each other affecting Spectre unit gains its keywords, and then once upgraded, it does gain Sentinel. So that's going to be pretty nice. We'll just throw an upgrade from Ezra onto it. That immediately gives us Sentinel. And then we have Double Redemption, Sentinel, and then when played, heal up a total of 8 damage from any number of units and or bases, and deal that much damage to this unit. Then we're going to go into events. We have Calm and Storm, exhaust a friendly unit. You give a shield token to experience tokens to it. Really nice to kind of do with the Loath Wolf, because the Loath Wolf already has Sentinel on it. Triple Fail the Dragon to kill anything non-leader unit with 5 or more power. Triple Vigilance. We can play this for 4 because we will be running double blue, so we won't have to take an aspect penalty. Choose 2 in any order. Discard 6 cards from an opponent's deck. Heal 5 damage from our base. Defeat up to a unit with 3 or less 8 remaining HP. Give a show token to a unit. 1 Rifles Fall just to kill every unit, every leader in the game. And they double Nebula Ignition. This card came out in JTL, and it really wasn't all that good. I mean, I only really had one guy at my locals who played it, but he played it using Hondo, Naka, and Ray to move stuff around with like your experience tokens and stuff like that, so that Nebula Ignition has a little bit of effect. This becomes almost like indescribably powerful in this strategy thanks to Doom. Because Doom, every regrouping phase is always going to be powering up your guys. And because on Kanan's front side, we can constantly give Doom shields to always make sure he's protected, Nebula Ignition is just turned on instantaneously in our deck because we'll not have to worry about nuking our own stuff off thanks to Doom always powering up our own stuff. So it's very interesting exactly that this is actually going to see probably a little more play in like strategies that run Doom, because this always is going to be on for your side of the board instead of your opponent's. And then finally, triple Entrenched. For a little sideboard for the original deck owner of this, they do have double restock. I would probably want to at least play maybe 1 restock in the deck. I'd probably maybe drop a Fellow Dragon to 2 to play 1 restock. Triple Disruptive Burst to deal basically with the Vader matchup. 2 tech because you're in heroic, so why not make everything smuggle from your resources. And then finally, 3 Satine if you want to play the game of milling out your opponent even more. So I definitely won't be playing the Satines. But anyways, that is our double blue Kanan Jarrus. The original creator is Throck over here on SWUDB. So with that said, let's jump to Carabass and see how well it does. All right, folks, here we go. We are playing Fisto ECL. All right. I don't mind Fisto too much here. It's actually a pretty good hand. We will keep. I think we will do these 2. But yeah, so Fisto on his front side is action, tap him, pay 1, tap him into attack with a Jedi unit this phase, deal 2 damage to a unit. He's got the ECL base alongside him, so you can play A6 cost or less character for your hand and give it ambush. We'll put out the Yaddle. And then, okay, so he's got this now over on that side. We'll just claim the initiative. We do have Ezra to come out next turn. We don't have Doom after that. I think, honestly, the Bindu can go. So yeah, a very interesting leader. The problem is his backside. Saboteur, which is pretty nice, but he's a 1/6, wakens at 5, and then this unit gets +1/+0 for any other Jedi unit you had out onto the board. So, in essence, that means that you need a bunch of Jedi, which, funny enough, the Anakin's Interceptor is a Jedi, hilariously enough. Restore hit and restore 1 for the phase. Give a shield token to that. I don't like to see the Gungi there. It's a really good 2-drop, but decks like this right now, I've seen it playing around, are kind of running like General's Blade at a very cheap cost right now. The Kanan Jarrus actually is pretty nice. That will be good against the Gungi if he puts a General's Blade on it, because he'll have 5 or more power. The Luke's gotta go. All right, so I'm going to throw out, I think, honestly, let's throw out Kanan for this turn. The Loathwolf can't attack. Thing like that. So hit that. We swing at the energy conversion lab. We restore 1 again. The Gungi will have to swing to kill the Loathwolf. They have to swing at the Loathwolf, leaving him with 2 HP left. Fisto triggers there. That is annoying. So we'll just have to go do that because I cannot lose Doom and I cannot lose Fail the Dragon. So 3 on Kanan. We'll just claim the initiative. We can give a shield token to Kanan because he is a Spectre unit as well. Knowing Force Throw, unless, of course, you know, he dies via Fisto. Wow, that is actually a really good combo. Force Throw into use of Fisto's effect is actually pretty nice. We don't need a Yaddle right now. I mean, technically, we can give another shield to the Loathwolf to double protect it here. But I think, honestly, this turn, we're just going to drop Doom, and we're going to give a shield token to Doom. We may actually see what he does, i.e. we swing here, restore 1, see what he does first, because if he decides to put, like, the General's Blade under Gungi for the turn, I may just go straight to Fell the Dragon to knock it out, just so I don't have to deal with it. Because General's Blade on attack reduces the cost, so we did play a Jedi unit. We are going to go Doom. This will maybe spark him to use Fisto's ability now. Pay the 1 to Fisto. I'm just going to shield up Doom at that point because I still have 1 energy standing, so I'll just do the Doom. If he does not decide to kill the Yaddle here, this will give an experience token to everyone on my start of my regrouping phase, which means that Doom is more of a threat to him. The problem is he is ECL, and I have a blocker right now with a shield token up. So he is going to just go after Yaddle there with Fisto's ability. Swing on the Loathwolf. Killed off the Loathwolf with, of course, open fire, so that Doom doesn't just have a bunch of ways to give experience tokens. We'll put this away. I think, honestly, this turn, maybe we should go Vigilance. Kill off the space unit. Kill off the space unit. So we can do this. We can give a shield token to Doom. So now he has 2 shield tokens on him. So Fisto he'd have to swing 2 guys into it to knock out both shields if he wants to start doing straight damage with Fisto. But that would kill off both Gungi and that would kill off the Point Range Reclaimer. I can, of course, go into then Vigilance. So he's just going to swing at base. We'll go Vigilance. We'll defeat a unit with 3 or less HP. Let's get the space unit off the board. We got 5 on there right now. Let's discard 6. Ooh, okay. Well, we got rid of some really good Jedi there. 2 Adi, 1 Clone Commander Cody, 1 Fisto, 1 Mace Windu, a good thing, and 1 Tranquility, which we'll have to use the Fell the Dragon, the only way to kill that thing off. Okay, so another 2. We will deploy Kanan. He is now a 5H shielded as well, just for knowledge purposes because of Doom. And then he's going to get a +1/+1 because of Doom on the regrouping phase here. The only thing he has left is he can hit Fisto to knock a shield off. Okay, so he's just going to knock the shield off of Doom there. But Fisto would only be a 2/6 to Doom's 2/7. So not exactly perfectly great, but still, I mean, we're still going to pop up Kanan. It just matters what his last 3 cards are because we'll definitely not be doing anything else. So he did bring out Kit. So we'll just swing in there, deal another 2, slowly push him up to that level where it's not safe for him. Yeah, I really do feel like the Mill 6 was the best option there. We will just claim the initiative. He's still got 5 left. It just matters if he has something that could deal damage to Doom. 𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐾, Secura, that can do damage to Doom. He burnt the energy conversion lab to bring 𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐾 out and then triggered her effect so that she would swing into Doom and then trigger effect. The Ghost is pretty nice, but I don't have a way to buff it right now. The Kanan's probably my choice, so let's just put the Ghost away. We're going to do this. I just do not want to deal with 𝐒𝐓𝐾𝐾 right now. That is definitely not a character I need to be dealing with. And I think maybe I might swing Kanan Jarrus into Gungi or the Point Range Reclaimer. Just knock them out. I would probably prefer Gungi so I can remove him down to being a 1-costed character. And then, okay, so we already ran the point claimer into me. I'm not exactly sure about that play, if I'm being a little honest. So that does open fire. So he did definitely play me out a little bit there. 𝐒𝐓𝐾𝐄 is now on the board, so that does put Fisto. That we do have this, which is actually pretty funny. Let's see. We'll put a Kanan away. I know we already lost, but I definitely need to probably go up to 8. I guess we could have skipped this turn's 8. So we'll do Kanan. Okay, so this guy's out. So now you turn the top 7 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and then you play it. We're just going to immediately fill the dragon that off the board just so I don't have to deal with it. Clone Trooper off of 𝐒𝐲𝐾 swinging. We'll just claim the initiative here. We could basically heal 8 off the redemption in space, and then unless he has another space way to deal with me, I don't believe he will. I basically can heal 8, and he has to deal with me then. So this does not... Okay, so when you play a force unit, it claims Sentinel trigger. We did mill another Kanan back, so that's pretty good. So we did heal there as well. 2 aspects on that, so that's green and white. So we did heal 2 there. Like I said, we'll just run the redemption out next, heal 8, and put it all on the redemption. He's so far burnt 2 open fire, and he's burnt 1 force throw. So he's at least got another 2 force throw, 1 more open fire left in his deck. Unless, of course, they're in his resources, but I would never resource open fire or force throw unless that was like the only thing I had in my deck I could do anything with. But yeah, the only other question here is to just use Kanan Jarrus is to play this out the Loath Wolf, because we'd have to rest. We'd exhaust a friendly unit. I think, honestly, it's worth just doing this. Let's heal all 8. So we'll go down to 3. Unless he has any way to deal at least 1 damage to this. I have a 6 in the sky, and I have a 4 here. So we'll just claim. Again, Obi-Wan only gets Sentinel if he plays a guy. So I mean, we do have a Sentinel we could play in this turn. But I'm pretty sure we can get it out by Kanan Jarrus swinging in, and then unless he can draw a way to deal with the redemption, I think we can win it from there. He did find a way to kill the redemption. He did have an open fire. Okay, we could do it entrenched. I don't think that's the best idea. So we'll just do done. We'll go Kanan into that. Trigger to remove the Gungi that heals us 2 back. This Kanan is definitely going to be kill. Definitely going to be on the kill count here. We may put a shield on the Kanan using Kanan, our Kanan buff Kanan. Okay, so we did do that. We will just give a shield there, just to protect it. Well, I guess Saboteur, but I don't know. That technically would put him really close to death if he wanted to do that. Okay, so we're going to... So we punched into the shield. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal 5. And then we are going to give a shield token to the Kanan. Okay, another one of those. So another token. Let's put a Loath Wolf out. Not that it really matters. Kit Fisto blocks out Loath Wolf because of the fact that, you know, he has Saboteur, so he could throw it at Kanan if he wanted to. That would near kill him. Because of that. Okay, so he will just go and kill the Loath Wolf. Okay, claim the initiative. A clone trooper has to kill Kanan. He just can't let me have Kanan. I mean, right now, if he's got a force throw. Okay, so he's gone wide. Kit Fisto's Ether Sprite is now in space. We may just entrench that. Bendu is pretty good. I think, honestly, this is actually a really good hand. Let's go. So we're going to entrench that. So I don't have to worry about it. Bendu is a 4/7. So it kind of matters on what he swings with. We're going to put out Bendu with Sentinel. Maybe it would have been better to play Bindu, use the Kanan. May have been better actually to have actually put Calm and Storm away into here and then used Bindu and then put out Bindu and then triggered Kanan Jarrus so that that's disgusting. I mean, that doesn't win me the game, but still, ugh. All right, so, I mean, we're kind of saying right now that the 𝐒𝐓𝐃 doesn't actually look too bad. Here I was joking about 𝐒𝐓𝐃 being bad, but I'm just getting mauled to death by bodies. Mr. 𝐒𝐓𝐃 has mauled me to death with bodies. I was close to it, by the way. I was close. I just couldn't find enough bodies to deal with it. Rival's Fall would have been nice to kill up the 𝐒𝐓𝐃, I don't know. 𝐒𝐒l would have been nice in the early game. There's nothing to do. I'm just going to, of course, just, I guess, play a Concord on Interceptor, and we'll just call it from there. I am surprised. All right, double blue Kanan Jarrus. I just think we got swamped with bodies. Yeah, I think the best part about with us playing against 𝐒𝐓𝐃 is here I thought 𝐒𝐓𝐃 was a bad deck. You know, he's not a good leader. But man, oh man, playing against us, that 𝐒𝐓𝐃 leader knew what they were doing. Yeah, so I do still like it. I definitely think there's some things we can change out. There's things we can put in. I think we definitely got hurt with some of our draws. I think maybe we should have taken the mulligan at the start. But nonetheless, it's a really good control strategy. I mean, it's not all that bad. I think maybe we need to put some, like Calm and Storm, I think needs to go out. Maybe we need to put in some takedowns. I think takedowns would be really good for this deck to get, and then take down those little characters that we need to deal with. I think takedowns would be pretty nice to get in the decks. But yeah, I think maybe it's not really worth having the Ghost, even just for the Sentinel, maybe playing something else in space like the Arc 1, the stored Arc 170 that restores on the attack so that we can play with that. There is the Space Wells you can play with here, so you can do you can play the blue Purgle if you wanted to, or you could play the grappling Purgle and do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a good base for the deck. I think there's some definite changes. I feel like maybe Restock is maybe worth putting in the deck, just because of that. Its ability, I think maybe keeping Nebula, I think is really good in here. Entrenched, I feel is actually pretty good because you can deal with the space front. But I think like taking out the Ghost altogether and putting in the restored Arc 170, taking out maybe Calm and Storm and putting in a couple of takedowns in here would actually be pretty good of an idea. Other than that, I feel like the other part of this is actually pretty nice overall. But yeah, I think it's a really good base. This person made a pretty good, okay base for the start of the deck. I still think I would make some different changes based on this deck, but we didn't get to see Doom, but that's probably a good thing because I think if you don't respect this card at all, I think this card can get out of hand very fast, very quick, and once it does, your opponent's going to have to deal with having all of those, every one of your guys all over the board having experience tokens. So yeah, like the deck, we just happened to run into a mass 𝐒𝐲 that masked the board with bodies, and we just couldn't counteract that body swarm or anything like that. Unfortunately, we didn't see our Nebula Ignition, which I think actually would have been the best thing to have, because that would have easily wiped the board right then and there. It's unfortunate we didn't see it, so I definitely think that we definitely need to put in more kill control, like I think double, or even running like only 2 Fellow Dragon and then 3 takedowns would probably be a good thing, and then running 2 Nebula Ignition is still really good. But yeah, I think if we saw Nebula Ignition on one of those games, one of those turns, I think we could have easily swapped the board, wiped his board without a question of a doubt. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comments on the gameplay on the deck. What are your thoughts overall on double blue Kanan? Do you think Kanan should be in a different color? What colors do you want to play with Kanan? What are your Kanan Jarrus decks look like, and all of that? And let me know if you guys want me to check out 𝐒𝐲𝐃 next, because we got swapped by 𝐒𝐲𝐃. Let me know all that down in the comments, and while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. I will see you next time on Mom Dragons TCG.